And a lot of focus obviously is on the Lakers and Clippers game, but the first game of the night was fascinating as well. The Raptors and the Zion-less Pelicans went into overtime. The Raptors eventually ended up winning the game. There were two performances that really stood out. Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, each had 34 points, and Siakam didn't even play in overtime. Jalen, what did you see from the Kawhi Leonard-less Raptors?
So I mentioned this a couple of times already. The forward position, in particular the 4 spot, is going to be an open opportunity for somebody in the Eastern Conference to claim themselves as an all-star. Pascal Siakam, most improved player last year, an improved shooter, gained a lot by playing alongside Kawhi Leonard. I see his confidence in his game just took a quantum leap. And once they give you that bag, I was like, all I got to do is go out there and ball now. And so I appreciated the 34 points, but I love the 18 rebounds.
Yep.
That's what I like. And the 5 dimes. And Fred VanVleet, he was a guy in the finals that was constant. It was steady. And when you win a championship, you need each guy to have a signature game. And that's what the Raptors had in the finals last year. He was one of those guys. So you can put him on the floor with Kyle Lowry. He can make plays on and off the ball. And when he gets going, he can play like he did in game 1.
On the other side of the ball with the Pelicans, what I saw was Alvin Gentry just seeing like, who's going to play for me? Who's going to play for me? I mean, it seemed like he played every single player on the roster, and I checked, of everyone who was available, only Jackson Hayes, who I really like, did not get on the floor. What did you think about Gentry just kind of putting everybody in and seeing what works?
Well, I know what I'm going to get from Drew Holiday. A seasoned veteran is going to lock down on D, so I'm not worried about his stat line. The stat line I was disappointed in was Lonzo Ball's. Because when you talk about playing a lot of people, he basically only played half of the game. He didn't score double figures in points. Ingram got to double figures. Hart, I liked that he came off the bench, gave him 15, gave him 10 boards. But I wanted to see more aggression out of Lonzo Ball, and particularly on the offensive side.
Absolutely, and he didn't finish the game, which is what's going to happen to you when you can't shoot free throws. But I think that'll change over time as his role expands with the Pelicans. And Jalen, something else has been expanding over the years, and I have to talk to you about it. Tell me, am I just super duper old and washed up and out of touch? Or are these championship rings getting too big? The rings are getting too big. Like, they announced that these were the biggest rings, and I know Drake sung about it, but these rings are too big, right?
I would do anything to have one of those. I really would. So I can't act like that any championship ring would be too big for me. For the Toronto Raptors, making it to the NBA Finals for the first time and winning the championship with Kawhi Leonard on their roster for only 1 season. How about Masai Ujiri adding him, knowing that he was probably going to walk at the end of the year? That's why I have another thing I want to put out there. When Kawhi Leonard returns to Toronto, I need to see 2 things happen.
Okay.
1, they should retire his number.
No, not going to be able to do it. No chance.
2,
no chance.
2, you ready for this one?
What?
Need a statue. Need a statue.
Jalen. Oh, Jalen, please.
Let me explain.
Please. You're the statue guy. What are you even talking about? Are you serious with this?
So let me
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
Let me tell you something that goes under the radar in the NFL and in professional sports that the senior statue analyst didn't let go by. When the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, guess what they did? They put a statue outside of their arena with Coach Doug Peterson and Nick Foles. So you mean to tell me Kawhi Leonard can't have a statue?
Jalen, you will never not impress me with your vast knowledge of statue and statue-related news. But this one, you went too far. You went way too far because you were on TV talking about 99% he stays with the Raptors. It was very much in play for him to stay with the Raptors. He could have stayed with the Raptors, stayed in the East, had this team, had an advanced Siakam, had Fred VanVleet, kept loud. He could have run it back with basically the exact same roster. But he was like, nah, nope, I'm good. Thank you for that 1 year, Canada, entire nation of Canada. I'm out of here. I don't know, man. That's not statue worthy.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.